morning, everyone. Thanks, Leanne. I want to thank everyone for being here, and you're kind of starting an important next chapter in your life. So congratulations. And I'll just start off by just talking a little bit about my background. I've been on campus for 13 years, and I served as the scholarship coordinator, also the alumni engagement coordinator. So I work a lot with parents and also alumni. And so because your student will eventually be an alum, I can tell you that 99.9% of our alums love this institution. They're so glad they went here. They made lifelong friends and connections. So it's going to be a really great experience for your student, and we're so happy to have you here. I also have two kids that are in high school, and so I have a student that's going to be a senior in high school and another that's going to be a sophomore. So just the fact that you're here today, that you made it through that experience, it can be a difficult journey. So you're here today, your student is starting college, so you did it. So great job. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here for a minute and just kind of talk a little bit about some of the resources that we have available for parents. Here we go. All right. Okay, so I just want to recognize that it's really an entire community that helps support your student. So even though our office is Alumni and Parent Engagement, really how we define parents is extended family members, grandparents. We know sometimes step parents play an important role, in your students' education and that support system. So we really don't limit it to just obviously Chico State parents. So we really try to engage kind of that entire support system for your student. So just kind of what we're going to talk about today, we're going to go a little bit about some of the programs that we offer for parents. We'll talk about a little bit about the resources, some events, and some traditions that we have on campus, and then also some next steps that you can use to help support your student. So one of the things that one of the goals of our office is really to facilitate that opportunity for parents and family members to maybe reach out to our office to talk about any kind of questions that you might have or concerns. I know there's a lot of different departments, and information that you'll be getting over the next, over the summer before your student starts at Chico State. And so it can be a little bit overwhelming as far as I'm not sure who to go to for this question. So you can definitely reach out to our office. Like Leanne said earlier, we don't always have the answers to every question, but I know who, both Leanne and I would know who to reach out to answer those questions. So that's one of the things our office offers. And then we also have a lot of different events to welcome parents and family members with different campus activities and events throughout the year. There's a lot of benefit to having experienced parents kind of talk to incoming freshman parents, and so they can offer a lot of resources and advice for parents. So this is kind of a list of the different things that we interact with parents throughout the year. Obviously, you're at the very first one right now, summer orientation. So that's something where we get parents to kind of experienced parents to kind of interact and try to provide some support for incoming parents. We also have send-off events where we travel throughout the state of California. Obviously this year we won't be doing that. That's something that we'll do next year, but we do have welcome receptions during move-in. Family weekend is typically in October. That's a time of year where it's kind of the middle of the semester and your student would like to see you. They miss you, believe it or not. So we also have parents participate, parent volunteers, and a presence at Chico Preview Day, Choose Chico, and one of the new programs that we've started recently is partnering with the Career Center. Who you see in this picture right here is Rick Callender. He was president of our parent council for the past 4 years, and he's participating in a mock interview. And so he's volunteering his time, and he's talking to his students and talking about, his experience in his career, maybe taking a look at her resume. So those are some of the things that that our parents have found really valuable way to get engaged. And it's also, a help to that you really feel like you're giving back and helping the students. So that's something that we've started in the past few years that's parents have found rewarding. So this is a picture last year. This is some of our parent council members volunteering at move-in day. So we give out water and snacks and kind of last minute advice, answering questions about the community and kind of any kind of last minute tips for your student to be successful. And that typically happens at the start of Wildcat Welcome, which this year is going to be mostly virtual. And that starts August 21st. And I know they'll be talking a little bit more about that later, but I just wanted to point that out that that's coming up. So family weekend, again, will be virtual this year, but we're really excited to kind of have a lot of interesting and engaging pieces to that. And so, but October is a great time to come back to Chico. The weather is fantastic. It's really the middle of the semester can be a time where you, believe it or not, your student will miss you, and it's a great time to reconnect with them and make sure that they're, kind of just finding their place, in at Chico State. So there's a lot of things to do in the community around that time of year. And I'll be showing you a little bit later on our website where you can find more information about that event. So we have a pretty active parent council. Some of the things that they get to do is they do get to hear from, some campus leadership about some things that are happening and some, strategic planning that's happening on campus. This picture that you see here is our parent council members taking a tour of the new science building. And so they were able to see all the great new facilities and the labs that are, that will be finished and that students will be able to use when the science building is done. And so that was a really great opportunity for them that's the roof of the science building that, that you normally would not get a chance to kind of check out. So, so that's kind of what our parent council does. And they really do a great job of kind of mentoring new parents, because as you go through this process, you really become really knowledgeable about kind of some of the best ways to, to kind of support your student. So I'm going to go through our website right now. So I'm going to stop sharing this page and I'm going to do a new screen share and just kind of go over a little bit of resources that you can find on our website. So let's see here if I can find that. Let's see if I can just do it from, I don't know why I can't find it. I'm not sure what's happening here. So anyway, I'm going to go back to my original screen share and there we go. And then I want to go over a little bit about the parent portal, which is a really great resource for your students. So you will be able to have access to things like their financial information and also their grades. But we have a lot of great campus photographers on campus, and a really great way to kind of find out some of the things that are happening around campus with both faculty, students, and alumni is to follow our social media pages. So the main resource for parents is this Chico State Parent Facebook page right here. But really, these links are directly to the Chico State pages. So if you follow our Instagram, we also have a LinkedIn page, Twitter, even Chico State Athletics. You're going to find a lot of great resources as far as activities on campus, kind of updates about maybe some resources that are happening for your student, like Wildcat Welcome, things with the Career Center, things like that. So I also want to encourage you to check out Chico State Today. That's is today.chicostate.edu. That has kind of more in-depth stories about alumni, faculty, and things that students are doing. And so that's a really great resource to check out a lot of the amazing things that that's happening on campus. So I'll have Leanne kind of talk a little bit about this as well, but the parent portal is really a great resource for you to be able, like I said before, to be able to get information about your students' financial aid information, also some of their grades. This is Leanne's, this is Leanne's page. So if you want to write her a thank you note and talk about the amazing job she's doing, that's her address. But this is what the parents see. This is what the students see, and your student does have to sign you up for this. But this is kind of the page that it looks like. And then it does take 24 to 48 hours for that to activate. So Leanne, I'll let you maybe chime in a little bit about that. And just, I know they'll talk about it later, but this is kind of how the student signs up, the parent for this.
Yeah, and so academic advising will show you a different way to access it. But essentially, like Sherry said, right on the bottom is where they can give you access to it. And you can have different levels, so it can just be financial stuff that you see or grades. But like I said, and like Sherry said, you have to receive access to it. And so that can be a conversation that you have with your student about the parent portal. And we can talk a lot more about it later after academic advising if you all still have questions. And I can even show you my student center if you want. We can walk through the process as well.
So lastly, this is the way to contact me if you have any questions. Our website has a lot of great information and resources. Are you able to see, are you able to see my screen, Leanne? Here, I'm going to share and just go over this real quick. There we go. So lastly, I'll just go over our parent website where you can find a lot of resources. This page right here is where you're going to find information as we go through Family Weekend. This is where we will post updates and things like that. I wanted to point out this resource page because there's a lot of great information on here, because I know that leading up to when school starts in August, there's a lot of dates that are coming up that that's important to keep track of. So like upcoming July 15th, which is coming up, that's when final transcripts are due. It might be a good time to check out resources at the Student Health Center. Tuition is due July 29th, things like that. So this page is really just, it's for you specifically, just to kind of get an idea about what some of the deadlines that are coming up. And then I just wanted to point out real quickly the parent guide, which we have fully translated into Spanish. So it's English and Spanish, the same guide. So if you do have a family member or know someone that maybe they prefer to read things in Spanish, or that's their, preferred language, this is a really great resource. So the first part of the guide is in English. And then the second half is in Spanish. So we have a lot of great quick facts, just kind of some history about the campus, information about admissions, financial aid information, which I know you'll hear about later on today. But one of the pages, and sorry, I'm flipping through this kind of quickly, but one of the pages I wanted to show you that I think will help, you, because like I said before, there's a lot of different places that you have to find information. So I try to condense this into this page right here, which is just the phone number and websites for really the critical departments on campus. And that includes academic advising, the career center, student employment, the counseling center, the health center, Wildcat ID card, just the main offices that will help your student, set up to be successful. And then also just some deadlines that are coming up, over the semester, when Thanksgiving break is, fall classes begin August 24th, things like that. So I just wanted to point that out to you. That resource, the parent guide and the website, is kind of a quick way for you to find information, kind of in a condensed space. So that's it for me. I really want to congratulate you again. I think, like Leanne said, it is, it's challenging times, but it's also a time to be innovative and creative. And I know that both you and your students will do a great job of that. And we're so happy to have you at Chico State. So congratulations again, and have a great day.
Thanks, Sherry.
Thanks, Leanne.